Sometimes the most profound wisdom doesn't come from some dense, heavy textbook. Nope, sometimes it comes from something incredibly simple. And today we're going to decode a perfect example of that. So take a look at this. It might just look like a small, illustrated card, but believe me, it holds a surprisingly powerful formula for well-being. Let's think of it as a little puzzle about happiness, and we're going to solve it together. All right, so to start, let's look at the card's intended purpose. It's written right there at the very top. This is our first real clue. The title is 周觉察, which, when you translate it from Chinese, means today's insight. So that right there gives us a hint about how we're supposed to use this thing as a daily point of focus. The real keyword here is 觉察 or 觉察. Now, this isn't just about a random thought popping into your head. It's referring to the deliberate practice of mindful observation, of being aware, right here in the present moment. So right away, the card is telling us it's not just a game, it's an invitation to practice mindfulness. So let's move on to the next part and see how this all builds. What exactly is this card prescribing that we do with all that mindful awareness? Well, the card identifies a very specific problem it's designed to solve: emotional blockages. And you know what? It's that feeling of being stuck or weighed down that I think we can all relate to at some point. And the solution it offers is just beautifully, almost shockingly simple. Sing a song you especially love. I love that part. Not just any song, but one that really means something to you, one you've got a real connection with. And this is really the core idea here. The card's text makes a direct link between the physical act of singing and releasing those emotional blocks. It's basically a physical prescription for an emotional problem. Okay, so you sing a song. But why? What's the promised payoff for doing this simple thing? This is where it gets really good. The card promises some pretty incredible results. It says that by taking this one small action, you'll become full of vitality, you'll feel younger, and you'll achieve a genuine sense of freedom. That's a pretty big promise. And this is all summed up in this fantastic slogan right in the middle: 越嗨越自由. It basically translates to, the more excited you feel, the more free you feel. It's a powerful feedback loop, right? Your positive energy and excitement are directly fueling your sense of emotional liberty. But the card doesn't even stop there. After the action and the result, it introduces a final concept that for me is the most fascinating and creative part of this whole thing. So after you've sung your song and you're feeling that rush of vitality and freedom, the card instructs you to do one last thing: make a deposit. And the deposit it suggests is 5.00, marked with a little sun icon, which is a perfect symbol for that feeling of warmth and energy, don't you think? But hold on, a deposit of $5 into what exactly? It's obviously not a real bank. So what is this account it's talking about? Well, the term it uses is 富而喜悦账户, which translates to a metaphorical, rich and joyful account. This is an emotional bank, a place in your mind where you consciously store your positive feelings. And if you look closely, it says you can freely choose the deposit amount, so that 5.00 is really just a suggestion. Okay, let's put this all together now. How does this simple practice actually work from start to finish? Let's walk through it. So here it is, the complete formula. Step 1, you acknowledge that you're feeling emotionally blocked. Step 2, you sing a song you love. Step 3, you really let yourself feel the vitality and freedom that brings. And then finally, the most important step, you make a conscious joy deposit into your mental account. What this does is actually really profound. It takes a fleeting feeling, that high you get from singing your favorite song, and it transforms it into a tangible saved asset. You're not just experiencing happiness, you're banking it for the future. So when we look at the whole card now, you can see how all the pieces fit together just perfectly. It's such a simple prompt, but it guides you through this really profound practice for building your emotional wealth. A little instruction, a little action, and a big, big reward. And that really just leaves us with one final thought. The practice is simple, but the idea is so powerful. So the question for you is, what joy, big or small, would you choose to deposit into your own rich and joyful account today?